My friend, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I want you to note what your response there in that compliment, and hold on to it because it'll make sense by the end. Hello, my friend. I think you may be blocking a blessing and you aren't even aware of it. Have you been frustrated like where you are at? Or maybe that no one's helping you? Or all you can see is the negative about yourself? These are all signs we're blocking blessings. I was super convicted on this recently. So I got a story for you with some lessons and points for you. So I own a pizza restaurant. And one of the awkward things about working at a restaurant is tips. And I'm the owner, which makes it even more awkward. And I was helping an older woman out that didn't know how to work the credit card terminal. And so I helped her because I'm nice like that. And so how it works is first you have to say yes and hit the touch screen that you agree with the price. And then it says, would you like to leave a tip? Yes or no? Well, I have a habit of saying, just hit yes and then hit no. Why do I do that? We'll explain later. But as I led this woman through that, and I said, oh, here, because she said, I have a hard time seeing. And I said, oh, I'll help you. And so I hit yes for her and then hit no, which she immediately scolded me. She said, you are doing such a good job. I wanted to give you money. I wanted to tip you. Which I responded, ma'am, I appreciate that, but I'm the owner. I get a tip by you buying stuff here. And she teased me, and she said, so the man that does not want more money, and you robbed me. So when she left and we made her food and then gave it to her, I thanked her because this video is thanks to her. What did I do there? First, when we act like I did, we rob others. See, I was so self-focused because that's an awkward moment that I didn't even recognize what was going on. So here's how you might be blocking blessings and some antidotes for it. Number one, you might be shot blocking those blessings because you feel awkward. You feel awkward. When someone compliments you, that's a blessing. Are you receiving that? Or is your awkwardness overriding the receiving of it? And instead you move on so fast, you're like trying to get it to where it doesn't stick with you. Like you're like dodging bullets. See, I can be that way. Second thing, I think we do to block blessings is a dysfunctional view of God. You hear it in the church a lot. And here's how it'll go. Someone compliments someone else, and they say, oh, it's God in me. It is. Let me just say, that is true. But it's almost as if it's a different way. It's the way Christians dodge compliments. My friend, you are not honoring God by deflecting every compliment. That's not an honoring thing. If He made you, and it's a good thing, which the Bible says that's true, that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, you're handcrafted by the King of the universe. How is it honoring God to not say thank you when you get a compliment? See, the other way we miss out on the blessings that God has for us is we're so gripping everything around us. See, we're worried about control, or we're so preoccupied with someone else's life and how they should live it. See, we get in this state where we're gripping so much, we don't even realize that someone is blessing us because we're too preoccupied holding on to everything else. See, we're meant to be not holders. We're meant to be stewards, which we're managing things. We're not holding them and hoarding them. So as we try to grip things, we're treating it like it's ours instead of open-handed, which is what a steward does. And God's giving me things, and then I'm stewarding them and giving them. So how do we break this habit? This isn't from an expert perspective. This is from a guy that's learning and growing in this as well. I mean, this was just last week that I did this and realized, oh man, where else am I doing that? Is first we notice that we're doing it. Like notice, oh, I just rejected that compliment. Oh, I just rejected that help. And then we're going to name why, what it is that caused us to do that. Was it an auto response? For me, that's true. Sometimes it's just an automatic response. Was it giants on our shoulders? That somehow you learned growing up that you weren't supposed to take compliments. That would cause you to be vain. Or maybe that only weak people accept help. Like there's a million stories that we write that just are not true. So write it down. What are the things that you believe? We all have them. Like I said some of mine to that lady that was wanting to give me money. I'm the owner. I'm above tips. That's what I communicated to her. That's what she told me later. I don't need any more money. It's true, I don't need any more. So how do we receive? Here's some tips that I'm doing that's honestly really helping and making me feel really good. So the next time someone compliments you, here's what I want you to say. Thank you. That's it. Just thank you. It's really hard to do because we can tend to, instead of saying thank you, minimize it. Not a big deal. Or like I said, shop block it and somehow defer to God. And I think that's our way of getting out of that anxious feeling that we feel because it feels awkward almost to receive a compliment. And then the next thing I want you to do is not to the person that gives you the compliment, but to God. Thank Him. Thank Him that He just gave you a gift of encouragement from another human, because He does that in our lives. And then I want you to take it a step further. I want you to write it down. Write down, if a gift financially came out of nowhere, please write it down. In fact, one of the things that I learned when I was growing in my giving was I gave financially to church when we felt like God was calling us to do that, but my wife and I at the time were broker than a joke. And we're like, I don't know why He's calling us to do this, but we really felt like He was, so we wrote the check. And the next day, we got almost that same amount in an insurance reimbursement. I'm writing that down. I'm remembering. I mean, that was just like a gift from God. Write down when He shows up in your life. Then the next step, commit it to memory. You are blessed currently. Do you know it? No matter what is going on in our life, no matter how big a heart aches, blessing is there as well. So I pray not that you would be blessed, but that you would see you're blessed. Again, my friend, I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope now that we went through the points, you noticed that you just maybe cruised by it or you ignored it. And hopefully now when I say it, that I really do appreciate that you took the time, that you would just say thank you. Have a great day.